Hello, everyone. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon to everyone from various parts of the world. And thank you for taking out time to join this fantastic panel discussion on even fantastic topic, which says talent wars and how to kickstart your career in blockchain. We have two esteemed speakers with us, coming from coming from the blockchain ecosystem, and with their expertise in talent acquisition and recruitment consulting.
Okay.
I am I'm Rishabh. I'm the founder and CEO of Mass DeFi. Mass DeFi is a DeFi protocol that brings mass adoption to DeFi, that is connecting millions and millions of people to the DeFi industry by making things easy and bringing utility to the DeFi world. Uh, Obviously, this panel discussion is more about blockchain, pursuing career in blockchain, and how to hire how to hire for your companies in the blockchain ecosystem. And this initiative by GDA. Before we begin the panel discussion, I would really like to take a moment and thank GDA Capital to have this initiative called as Next Stop Blockchain Startup, which is essentially one of most important initiatives to kickstart the nurturing of talent in the blockchain ecosystem. Blockchain as its industry is growing tremendously and exponentially, and it is very important for leaders of this ecosystem like TDFi, GDA Capital to take such initiatives and bring the right people to the right place. Now, coming back to the panel discussion, I would like to introduce our esteemed speakers, starting with Mr. Abhishek Srivastava. Abhishek comes with more than 2 decades of experience of recruitment, consulting, and talent acquisition. He has worked with Fortune 500 companies across the world, setting up teams for global companies in different parts of the world and bringing the right talent to the right at the right place, which is his sort of skill set. And with this experience, he is now leading Recruin as the co-founder and CEO. Recruin, I'll come to the introduction of Recruin. Uh, the second speaker is Miss Zana Manze, if that's the correct pronunciation. And I don't know. I mean, I'm sorry if I pronounce it wrong, but yeah, let's stick with Zana. Zana comes with a five with more comes from Ukraine with more than 5 years of experience in IT and blockchain hiring. She's right now leading the operations for Recruin in UAE and international business. She is one of the leading leaders in she's one of the leaders in initiating hackathons in the blockchain ecosystem, which essentially is another initiatives such as Next Stop Blockchain Startup, right, to bring the right talent at the right place.
Thank you, Rishabh.
Welcome, Abhishek, and welcome, Zana. I'm looking forward to a fantastic panel discussion with your insightful points and stats from the industry.
Thanks,
Before
Rishabh,
I
for the
introduce,
introduction.
yeah,
Thanks, Rishabh, for
uh,
the introduction. You can take it
thank you.
forward.
Yeah, my pleasure, Abhishek. Before I, introduce Recruin as a company, I like to take a moment to tell you guys about why is this panel discussion important today? Blockchain as an industry, leave apart the $2 trillion economy uh, of crypto, which is one of the applications of blockchain, just one of the applications of blockchain, which is finance on blockchain. We have supply chain, we have logistics, we have pharma, we have so many other business verticals which are coming on blockchain because blockchain essentially brings efficiency and speed to the processes. And when any industry is expanding at this space, let's go back 20 years, right, into the 2000 .com era. We saw the IT industry growing exponentially, and that's when these IT professionals started coming up, and it becomes important for all of us to create an ecosystem where we can uh, we can actually bring people together to help in this growth of this ecosystem of blockchain. And that's what Recruin is essentially doing today. Recruit is one of the world's few companies that have come together to hire the right talent for the blockchain companies, for the leading blockchain companies. Talent is available in the world. We have talented individuals, we have people who are actually building great products, who have the vision to be the leaders, and we have companies that are actually building those products. But there is a gap which exists where these two people are not coming together, and that's where Recruin comes in. Not only this, Recruin is providing an end-to-end solution to the blockchain companies by building an application tracking system, which is an upcoming product of Recruin, where job seekers and blockchain companies can come together to see the right fit for each other. Now, with this introduction, I'll hand it over to Abhishek and Jana, if they would like to add something to the introduction, if I missed it by mistake.
So
Abhishek?
you indicated rightly, definitely. So we help our partners. So that's why we are not saying clients. We always talk about the partnership. We'll also talk about the collaboration, which because it's the new terminology when it comes to the client start
Abhishek,
becoming the
if
partners.
you can you, I mean, the voice is a little feeble, so probably you can come close to the mic, or yes.
Hello. It's clear.
Yeah, better.
So we basically help our partners understanding the new age trends, accelerate their hiring process, leveraging technology. We are consulting a lot of blockchain companies uh, in India, across India, uh, internationally, to solving their problem in typically in their talent search journey.
Hello.
So that's the thing. Either if you talk about the blockchain, uh, the people who are in terms of blockchain diversity hiring in DeFi NFT space or blockchain AI space or other product startups who are typically into blockchain domain. So that's the thing, and that's why with this context we started building the product of Recruit, which is a blockchain and AI based ATS, which can help the startups and typically the blockchain startup to finding the right talent for their organization and job seeker who will be looking forward to search whomsoever is searching job within a blockchain ecosystem. Okay, so they will get the right position with the company. So end of the day we'll be creating a matchmaking kind of thing between a blockchain companies and the job seekers. So Jana, if you want to add on anything, maybe I have added my side of them.
Yeah, sure. Thanks, Abhishek. Hi, good morning, everyone from USA, and good evening to everyone who joined from Europe or other parts of world. Thanks, Rishabh, for such a nice introduction. How is mentioned, I'm lead of operation UAE and international business at Recruin, and I'm very excited to be with you guys today on the event. This event, I believe, a great opportunity to bring together and give value for entrepreneurs and for people who are looking job in blockchain. And yes, let's start.
I think I lost you guys for a while. So yeah, let's start with the first question. So while you are, what do you think about the the skills that are required for an individual to join the blockchain ecosystem? I'll start with Abhishek.
Okay. So when we talk about blockchain ecosystem, so we basically divide the blockchain ecosystem in two parts. One is the technology part, second is the business part. Okay. So when we talk about technology, there will be a lot of technology where people are working as a developers, software developers, engineers, and somehow they can acquire some more skill and become a blockchain engineers or blockchain developers. So for a blockchain developers, people can start working on Solidity, Ethereum blockchain, which is somehow Java based application, C++, Polkadot, and few other applications around that. When it comes to technology, definitely the companies who have the developers, their purpose is not only solved because of the blockchain developer. They need a people in front end, back end who can develop the architect, the overall architect for the things. Okay, so then companies are using Python, Golang, Solidity, Ruby, and lot of other languages for those kind of architect. Same is for front end. Organizations are using Angular, React, Vue for their things. And somehow this particular segment is classified as a technical roles in blockchain ecosystem. I will pass on the business role to Zana, where Zana can brief about what are the business role available and what kind of skill set people need for the business role in blockchain ecosystem.
Thanks,
Over to you,
Thank
Abhishek.
you,
Zana.
Abhishek. Yeah, yeah. Over to you, Sana. I
Yeah,
think that that brings to a very important myth that needs to be addressed. When we talk about blockchain hiring, the first thing that comes to the mind is developer. But I being by leading a company, I realized that developer is definitely important for a technology company, but without people like marketing experts, people like business development guys who can take this so-called product to the market, the the ecosystem is incomplete. And that's let's ask Zana, what do you think about other roles other than the tech roles in for blockchain companies?
yeah, sure. In blockchain space, we have next non-tech roles like project manager, product management, marketing, community content, also growing roles, sales and BD roles, and design like UI UX designer, graphic designer, and legal. And like you mentioned before, if you have nice technical team without marketing, it will be difficult for your company to grow quickly.
Yeah, that's actually very important to have the right mix of people from technology, from business, from sales, marketing, graphic designing. Uh, that brings me to a very important question. Blockchain is a very nascent space. It's growing. Even though it's growing, the first IPO happened just in blockchain happened this year, right? And this is being coming in an IPO is the beginning of a company from a startup to an established organization. So most of the companies in blockchain are in the nascent phase. And when a company is in a nascent phase, there are resource constraints to any founder or any team that is setting up their business. And that's common to startups as a whole. And I mean, we cannot leave behind blockchain for that. So Abhishek, based on your experience, what could be a hiring strategy for the entrepreneurs that are building products in blockchain, so that they get the right talent, and at the same time they can provide a good sort of compensation and with a mix of growth orientation, so that that meets their resource constraints as well.
Okay, so I basically want to indicate 2 points here, wherein if any company is planning their blockchain hiring strategy before hiring a blockchain employee or a developer or a people who will be coming from blockchain ecosystem, decide on what kind of relationship that you will offer. uh, the decision is either you hire a full-time resource, either you hire a part-time resource, or typically a remote resource, which we also called as freelancer. Depend upon what kind of strategy you have, what kind of budgetary constraints you have. So either you can recruit people as a full-time employee, or it will be a project-based freelancer who will be work on several projects for you, or developing just a smart contract. Okay, or for a marketing, increase the user base from X to Y percentage or 5X percentage, those kind of things. So that is project-based option involves hiring dedicated team of blockchain developers from third-party companies to complete your project. So you can do those kind of things. Uh, when it comes to geography, because when we are hiring for those kind of organization in Dubai or in Europe or in India, we see this particular this particular challenge comes across to us, every geography have different compensation range because of the cost of living index. Basis that even the companies who are based out at US or Europe are preferring the developers from India, are preferring the developers from China, because if they need to pay $3,000 to a developer in India or $4,000 developer in India, the same price they need to, for the same skill set of a developer, they need to pay around 10,000 to $12,000 to that developer in Europe, right? So that is the thing. So for a new founders, it will be quite good if they hire these kind of resources. Second,
Okay.
uh, hire locally and utilize the remote employee staff. Initially, if you see the way pandemic happened, uh, in last more than 1 year, most of the companies have gone remotely, or they are typically preferring a hybrid work model. Right. So utilize the people from different places where talent pool is available. Okay. And test the candidate on that particular scalability. So that is the two basic points when it comes to hiring for a blockchain startup.
I think Rishabh lost some connection.
No. Yeah, I'm back.
Rana, you want to add on anything on this? So you can add on.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
To add, what we need to also get clear on blockchain salary range. If you talk about developers, last few years, it's really these people really expensive. Example, if you talk about average hiring blockchain developers, it's between 70,000 and 120. It's we talk about year salary. In USA, it's more expensive. It's average near 115, and in West Europe, near between 55,000 and 91,000. Yeah, it's about
Okay.
statistic from Indeed.
So to sum up for our audience today, for the entrepreneurs that are listening to us from different parts of the world, I think what the one of the strategies that Abhishek mentioned was to have the right mix of geography in your hello.
Yeah, Rishabh, we're listening.
Yeah. So to have a right mix of geography in your organization, that way, obviously, they're being because of the different spending hard across different parts of the world. You might get some good teammates at better compensation in some geography, in some field. Let's talk about development or business development or marketing or technology. So to have one of the strategies could be to have a geographical mix, and the second could be to have a mix of remote as well as the full-time on the premises team. So these are two strategies that entrepreneurs could adopt for. And thank you, Zana, for the insights about the average compensation. That would really be audible to you.
Yeah.
Yes, Rishabh.
Yeah. Now, which brings me to another question. When we talk about this, in the last question, we sort of answered the one of the key problems that any entrepreneur faces for us when they are hiring for a startup. When we talk about the people who are looking for jobs in the blockchain industry, what are the major skills that you as a company has been looking for? Because as I understand from your portfolio, you have been hiring for one of the a few of the top companies of the world in blockchain, and no one could be in a better position to answer this question for our audience, that what are the top skills that Recruin has specially paid attention to when they're hiring for blockchain. And to make it easy, let's keep it to top 5 skills. Let's start with Abhishek.
Okay. So, Rishabh, thanks for this question. So it's quite important when we go for a skill fit in this particular uh, candidate search. We do a lot of detailing about the candidate, about the skills. Okay. So top five skill set when it comes to in blockchain space. Number one is blockchain developer. Number two is people who will be coming as a full stack developer. So these are top two technical roles if we talk about. Number three, people who will be leading marketing and growth, okay, and managing community. As most of the blockchain companies have different Discord and Telegram groups, and they are driving their audience from that groups. So most of these marketing growth guys have managing different channels. Uh, Apart from that, sales and business development role. So that is the least skill I can say. Oh, and product management, product and project management. These two are the key important roles. Somebody who will be driving the product is the key person in the company. If you have a good developer but you don't have a vision regarding the product, how can you make the product? So, so most of the founders
Yeah.
come with a vision of product management, and then they hire developer, and the story is started. Okay, and a lot of
Wow. Very,
successful
very insightful.
developers you have seen who created great blockchain. They come with the both kind of mindset, development and product management. Apart from these top five skills, we basically see skill fit. Does the person have the skills to immediately contribute in a revenue of product creation? Humility, because majority of blockchain companies, I can say even 90% of companies are not more than 6 7 years old. And if I talk about the
Yeah.
organization of founder who are into DeFi and FT space are not even a year old. So these all are startup, and every person need to go with a startup hustle, right? So somebody who is able to understand this hustle, somebody who have a passion to work, who have a passion to work even beyond the working hours, beyond the 9 to 5 job. Okay. So he will be the good product market fit or job fit for that particular startup. And somebody have a
Wow.
great learning curve, because in blockchain every day something new is coming, something is changing. Every company is using different protocols. Okay, so that is particular very important thing, and people are growing like anything. We met a developer who was a developer a year ago. Right now he's a CTO. So within 1 year his progression from a developer to a CTO. But if you go from a conservative point of view, from Indian or any other industry, typically people take 8 to 15 years time to become a CTO. So these are the
Yeah. That's
quite
true.
important things when we judge people in terms of scalability and scalability both. Sana, if you want to
Right.
add on anything.
So before Zana, you answered the question. One important term that Abhishek coined during his insightful points was product job fit. As just like we have a product market fit to understand whether a product would be the right offering to come into a to an target audience. Similarly, a product job fit is important for before we serve a talented individual to any company, right? Definitely, there are some hard skills like the tech skills that are required, but to be a part of this nascent ecosystem or a startup ecosystem, the points that Abhishek mentioned clearly demarcates a product job fit candidate. With this, I'd like to ask the same question to Zana. Zana, what do you think are the key skills for any candidate to have to apply for jobs in the blockchain ecosystem?
Yeah, sure. Thank you for this question. It's my favorite topic. For me, really important, it's passion for the problem. Does she personally care about the problem we are solving? The best startup team members are in two things, solving the problem and getting hands-on startup experience. And if talk about bottom line, you want folks who are mission driven. Next point, out the box thinking. because time to time founders don't know about what he wants and about how we can how we can work with this problem and solve it. And next, it's culture fit. Would I be okay with spending 80 hours a week with this person without losing my mind? When your team is so small, each person you bring in literally reshape your culture. Personally, I love looking for teammates who are humble, have a strong work ethic, optimistic, positive, and the next point is coachability. Can this person take feedback and implement it?
Yeah, that's a fantastic pointers for anyone on this call. Whoever is listening to this panel discussion today, if you just Google that, what are the top skills to have in to get a job in blockchain, you would get a list of sort of languages to learn, and I mean, some various easy to get topics. But what this panel discussion today is offering to you is what is the real ground experience of recruitment specialists in the world that are hiring for blockchain ecosystem. And these answers are not you cannot get them on Google or any other platform. It's these experiences of these people are speaking today. So with this, if you have any questions, we are moving towards the end or the last few questions. So if you have any questions in your mind, please feel free to drop them in the chat box or the Q&A box. We'll take it up. Now with the insightful. Hello.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah,
We
I'm
can hear
just
you.
checking. I'm in the not in the best of the networks, so just checking. Yeah. So with your with the answers that you provide, or with the insightful points that you mentioned about the skills, I I I was thinking about a question. When we talk about startup ecosystem, funding is one of the very important parameter for hiring for any company, getting the funding, right? And with this comes the comes a very important topic called as attrition. Because of sort of being in the first 10 years of the ecosystem, we have just completed a decade of blockchain. It's quite obvious that a candidate might get different offers from different companies, and that brings high attrition rate to a company. Abhishek, with your wide experience of 20 years, what would you suggest to entrepreneurs today on our call, on this panel discussion today? How can they retain talent? How can they retain the best minds and not let them go because of spur of the moment decisions?
Thank you. Basically, 3 bullet points for this. This can often be less about money and more about flexible work schedule, ability to work remote, and the best thing, the product vision. If the organization or if the entrepreneur or a founder is able to cascade the same vision to the person, what he is thinking for his product. So if the person is aligned with that particular vision, definitely money will not only the first constant. This can be a second or a third constant. Point number two, employee engagement is one of the key. When the person is able to see what kind of learning he has, maybe in next one year down the line. Sometime back we have the basic interview question: where you will see yourself in 2 years or 5 years down the line. Right now, for a blockchain developer, the question where you see in 1 year down the line, because there'll be a lot of things happen. Okay. And third, rewards and recognition when it comes to, if somebody is working in the blockchain space, how many tokens he have, okay, and what will be the value of that particular token in coming 6 months, or ESOP structure. So somehow these are the 3 important points bullet points which can retain a talent. Okay, your organization vision and value,
Okay.
your product vision, okay, and typically the reward structure what you have. So that's the long term benefit and short term benefit you can create.
Okay. Sana, would you like to add some points here?
Yeah. Once when you get the right talent for your project, you need to keep them happy. Some strategy can be, you can also consider building a community. A blockchain community is really important for blockchain developers. You can maybe visit together some event. You can make some meeting every 1 2 weeks when you will share or other teammates share interesting information, something new, and when your team really can grow in quickly. Thanks.
Okay. Okay. So that is about the entrepreneurs. My question is, what would be your suggestions to a candidate while they're selecting a job? So let's say a candidate has, and a lot of our audience might be having different offers, and they might want to know what to look out for in a company when they are accepting or sort of not accepting the offer letter. Abhishek, if you would like to start.
Yes. So definitely, as you rightly indicate, most of the people have multiple offers in their hand, and everybody is doing a offer shopping, right? For candidates, if the candidate is serious for any particular role, he need to research about the company. Okay, what kind of product they are making, and what will be the future of that particular product. uh, how the management is, how management and the leader is supporting to them, and what he or she can learn under their leadership skills. So these are the few important things which a job seeker can consider. It's not about big brand. So like people will be really happy. Everybody want to go to Google and Amazon. Okay, but look, this particular picture, 18 years back or 17 years back, Google was also, or Apple was also started in a garage. Okay, and very few people who have uh, faith in a Steve Jobs around 20, 21 years ago when this particular company started. Okay, so they also need to be have those kind of faith with the current entrepreneurs and the founders.
Okay. Uh, that was a quite an insightful answer for our candidates who holds multiple job offers today and are confused which one to go for. Zana, it seems that being in handling the international business of recruiting, so you are definitely in touch with a lot of blockchain companies. Uh, and this question is actually open to both of you. I will start with Zana. What are which are the top 10 growing companies in the blockchain space? And because I understand that fintech in blockchain, which is called as crypto, is one of the leaders when it comes to blockchain adoption to processes. So let's keep it to the same vertical. And what are these? Who are the top 10 companies that are growing in this space, and our candidates can look out for when they're looking for jobs?
Yeah, sure. First, what I think is for sure Binance. Maybe a few days ago, I checked information on LinkedIn about how quickly is this company growing. It's near, if I remember, 6 months, 47%, and last 1 year near 18%. Next, I think it's Coinbase and also Cardano Foundation and Polygon. It's first
Okay,
what on my mind.
okay. Abhishek, would you like to add some stats here?
Yeah. So if you want to look at which companies have hired like anything in terms of people or in terms of headcount rise, so maybe I definitely start with and agreed with Dana on finance. They have grown like 86% in last 1 year time, or maybe less than 1 year time. And I was aware about one. We are working with one of the exchanges in India, and last year during the same pandemic time, when I was spoken to their founder, they were 9 people, 9 core people, and right now they are 138 people. So look at the growth what they have done in typically 1 year's time. Okay. Apart from that, WazirX, Uniswap have you can say grown around 517%. Polygon technologies have grown more than 100%. So there'll be a lot of those kind of organization, and few organization I'm talking about. I'm not giving you secondary data. I'm giving you primary data. You can't get that particular data any portal, Google, or those kind of things. That's the thing.
Yeah, got it. Before now, let's move on to the question and answers from the audience. But before I do that, I would like to mention here that Recruin is the placement partner with the next top blockchain startup hackathon, and it is here to help all the candidates who are or the founders who are building products in this hackathon, or people who are joining this hackathon to seek out jobs and join this ecosystem. And Recruin is always there for all of you to help you in every aspect that you feel you need assistance on. You can get in touch with the team. You can through their website, through their LinkedIn channel, through their Twitter channel, Telegram. I mean, they are active across all channels. That's what I know from them. And you can ask your queries. You can get in touch with them for your consulting. And being the placement partner, they would be there to help you, help every participant of the next top blockchain hackathon. With this, I'll come to the questions, and there are some very interesting questions. So Tim is asking, as the learned panel pointed out that blockchain itself is a new technology, how can a new founder, and in brackets it's solo founder, assess the talent of so-called experienced blockchain developer? What skills should we look for? Fantastic question,
Okay.
Tim. Really appreciate it. And I think who would like to take it? Zana, Abhishek?
I'll take it, this particular question. Uh, so if you talk about assessing a blockchain developer talent, definitely they can check the CV and assess the skill set. But what is his coding style? How good his code is typically being vetted by a blockchain developer. So they can either outsource this to particular any agency, or they can collaborate with any developer who can access their skills. As a founder, they can only access the CV on the basis of the skill set what the developer has written. But for the overall candidate testing, they need to get to understand his style of coding, maybe go to and check his Git repository, how many contribution he has on blockchain, or how many folks he have on blockchain, or those kind of things. So this is typical the thing. And when he'll go to some kind of maybe associate with Recruin. So Recruin is also helping the founders in terms of interview process, where they want to hire a iOS developer or a blockchain developer, but they don't have a skill set in place to whom which particular person will be interview them. Okay, so for a lot of partners, we are doing the same thing. We'll be assessing those candidates on behalf of them, and they will be part of that call. So from next time when they'll be assessing, they at least aware about those kind of questions and other things. And based on
Okay.
recommendation, they will take up the candidature forward.
Okay. We have a question from Shubham. Uh, Although the question is sort of, how big is the talent pool in blockchain space? I think Shubham, if the, I think let me rephrase the question here and put it in a way where our esteemed speakers can, throw some light on it. When we talk about blockchain technology, Solidity developer is definitely one of the primary roles or requirements for any company, right? What do you think, Abhishek and Zana, apart from Solidity, what are the other languages that are being looked out for in the present ecosystem?
Zana, you want to answer this?
Yeah, I can
Yeah.
ask. If you talk about blockchain developers and about stack, it can be also Go language, Rust, it's same Solidity, Go. It's independent what you need for your project. Yeah, I know so many clients who already take people without experience but need some basic language, and usually some team members need 1 to 3 months and can learn blockchain more deeply for this period.
Okay. Thank you, Zana. And just to put the stats here. So Shubham, the talent pool is really big, even and especially in India when we talk about Solidity development. Uh, Probably a number can be definitely found on Google. If you just ask Google, you can definitely have a number to it. But I think other than Solidity, there are other languages that are coming up, and obviously they are less in competition. So for a new developer that is planning to join blockchain, they should also look out for other languages other than Solidity. There is a follow-up question from Tim. Tim says that where can we find really talented developers? So Tim, the first answer would be that Recruin as a company has built its contacts and networks in the ecosystem from the last 3 to 5 years, and they definitely have the necessary talent distribution or the database which can be helpful for any founder when it comes about hiring. But just to put this question across to Zana, where can entrepreneurs find developers other than LinkedIn?
Yeah, sure. LinkedIn, it's not very good source because usually these people expensive. But so many recruiters write to these people for sure. First, what you need to check is GitHub. It can be followers, some like Vitalik Buterin or from Web3 Foundation. It's for sure GitHub. You can check how many contributors for Ethereum, Solidity, and other language. You can check Discord group, example Ethereum Global, and maybe other group also have some like jobs, and you can put jobs on this group. You can also check site Meetup, UA, I think, yeah, or meetup.com, and check people who visit some event. You can
Mm.
check Stack Overflow, and also what really works good when you build long-term relationship with candidates, and you can ask recommendation if you have a few interviews and these people not fit for your team. You have good connection with these people, and after some time you can ask, and it really works when you ask, can you recommend really good person? Yeah.
Okay. Uh, from your answer, being a founder, I could actually think of the challenges I would face when I'm going to these different websites and then looking out for people. So, when am I going to do my product development, which is the need? So, I think any founder or any good or strategic entrepreneur would definitely need companies or groups that are experts in this field and can get good source candidates and talent from different channels or different platforms. Then, which brings me to the next question by Alex. Alex says, I have recently raised $40 million in for my startup, which is dealing with DeFi aggregation, cross-chain DeFi aggregation. We're actively hiring and need more than 50 senior developers within the next 3 months. Wow. Congratulations, Alex, for your successful raise. Would you suggest referral hiring or consulting company? I think we have the experts with us already. Recruin is definitely the one of the leaders when it comes to hiring for blockchain community. You can definitely get in touch with them through their different platforms. I think Abhishek and Jana, if you can put across your LinkedIn profile or sort of any point of contact where these people can get in touch with you, it would be helpful.
Sure.
Then you can put in the chat box, probably. Then, what are some potential problems with blockchain as it stands now? By Musharraf, I think this is more of a wide question, and one of the challenges, I think I can take this up. One of the challenges that blockchain is facing right now is uh, there are good, as I mentioned in the beginning of my speech. So there are good developers, there are good talent, there is a good talent, and there is a group of companies, but there is no one that is bringing them together, right? And that's where we need initiatives such as this next stop blockchain startup hackathon. We need companies such as Recruitment that would be expediting this meet of these two verticals of the world. How do you figure out what role to pursue in the blockchain industry? That's a very interesting question. Abhishek, how does a candidate figures out what role to pursue in the blockchain industry?
Okay. So thank you for the question, and thanks, uh, Gilberto, okay, for this question. Uh, if you want to figure out a role in blockchain industry, which role you want to pursue, uh, first understand which skill set you want to acquire. If you want to look forward for a skill set of a developer, definitely then you need to work on the polishing and uh, learning those skills typically into the development phase. So either you want to learn Ethereum blockchain, Web3 JS, uh, or uh, Polkadot or Rust, Parachain, those kind of skill set. If you know about development, so at least it quite be easy for you. If you're not knowing about development and you are just a business guy, so and that's why I have segregated this into two part, technical and business. If you want to opt for a business role, so you can start with the marketing thing. Okay, you can make community, because end of the day blockchain is all about community, right? So you can be a Telegram group manager, you can be a community lead, you can start as a content writer, understand the blockchain ecosystem, write about the blockchain ecosystem, and read about those things. Apart from that, learn some kind of skill or acquire techno functional skills when it comes to project management or product management. You should know about the technicality of the product, and you also should know about the business side of the product. So you need to a bridge between a technology and non-technology team, a team which will be driving the revenue, and a team who will be only focusing on development, right? So these are the few skills which is quite important. This is totally depend upon you how you acquire those skills, and first create a roadmap for yourself. That's quite important. Once you
Okay,
have a roadmap for
that's
you,
that.
then you will be able to go with the blockchain company.
Yeah. Thank you, Abhishek. I'll just like to add one point, one more point here. So while you are figuring out what role to pursue, one thing to look at is, what is one skill that makes you different from rest of the people, right? If you're there is one skill in you that makes you the best, pick up that, and be it any industry, leave apart, leave behind, I mean, leave only blockchain. There could be any industry. That one skill that makes you best, just keep on pursuing it, and you will definitely end up with a fantastic role in a fantastic company. There is a good question from Kelly from Tsunami Protocol, which says, are there any Discord communities where we can find talented developers? We are also looking for data scientists in the crypto community and wondering how to best find them. I think one of the solutions, again, would be to get in touch with this team, these experts. They can definitely help you in finding the right talent. But in terms of the channels, Zanar, would you like to suggest some channels in the Discord community or Discord communities?
Yeah, sure. If you talk about blockchain developers, it's for sure Ethereum global community, also Polkadot community, and you can check some hackathons community. But for hackathons, it will be tough to find this community. You can ask uh, previous participant, maybe your friends or maybe your colleagues before had experience and can add you to this chat. Because
Okay.
more better if you use some job boards, because if you start right to these people, it will be like scam.
Okay. Thank you, Zana. I think there is a question from Neha which says if you can share your thoughts around SaaS and BaaS. I think Neha, that would be again a little wide topic, and we would definitely like to take this up. We can definitely get in touch. You can get in touch with the team and probably ask your question. Essentially, BaaS is definitely one in vertical that is coming up. Just to let people know, BaaS stands for blockchain as a service, just like software as a service by SaaS. So these are different verticals that are coming up, and there are consulting companies. There are people who are building and offering blockchain protocols as services to different products. I think that's it for today. That's the questions that we had. There are appreciation messages in the group, and that this panelist definitely deserves it. Thank you so much, Abhishek and Zana, for such an insightful discussion. It was really, I'm sure that that would have really cleared the thoughts for a lot of entrepreneurs and candidates out there who are looking for the right talent or probably looking out for right jobs. Thank you so much again. Any concluding thoughts, Zana, Abhishek?
Thank you for inviting us, Team Recruit, in this next blockchain startup. Uh, and thanks for the great audience and the great question which came to us. Thank you. And if somebody is really looking for the hiring a great talent in blockchain ecosystem, connect us. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very
Thank you
much.
so much.
Thank you for your time. If you have any question, please feel free to ask me on LinkedIn, or maybe some founder needs salary benchmarking. We can also help with this point. Yeah, and have a good evening, day.
Thank you.
Had
Thank you,
have
Zana.
a
Thank
good
you, Abhishek.
evening.
Thank you.